First, I'm going to begin with a couple of haiku. Living and memory. Lifetime is measured by living and memory of life lived fully. Next piece, haiku. Measures space. Time is a construct. While it measures space between moments, life flows on. So these pieces that I'm going to read now are in that new manuscript. The first piece, Notes to Myself. It's a good thing I'm writing poetry to express my outrage. If not for that and meditation, I'd self-immolate regularly, recomposing myself from ashes. I'm staying home. Breathe one breath at a time. Appreciate simple blessings. It's a good thing I'm staying remote from the community protests. Don't want to witness or threaten my life energy being co-opted by chaotic rage. Emotional boundaries always overrun by stampede, and shit happens so off the plan, I am more concerned by the mob within. Death is not incidental to protest. I'm just having a difficult time deciding what to live for. Used to be, my life was lived for my daughters after my wife died. Planning for a life I want to live, interrupted by other reasons to die. I'm wrestling enough with my own chaos. Definitely not safe while being covertly targeted for my profile. I have to make amends with the Reaper and live the life 40 minutes in front of me. I'm gonna do my best to stay safe in my black man's skin. That's the long fight. Ancestors remind me the ongoing struggle is life. Gotta meditate harder and write peace that I can share. Next piece. Threads of Hope. Made from the fabric of our hopes, wisdom comes without experience, speaking from knowing without knowing. Youth seeking their path, asking questions about how this works. Listening to the echo resound, how many times asking myself the same questions about how this works. A twist, an inspired pivot, moving forward without looking back. Hope for dreams to fulfill. Lived the nightmares, fulfill them still. Spells cast on melanin pride, worn like a badge of courage, overcoming struggle every step over a wall of our ignorance. I wrestle with struggle after every broken heart was supposed to break me. I put on struggle like a warm sweater every day of the week, overpowering and enjoining struggle with every breath I was born to breathe, living it because of it. Struggle ingrained in my DNA, embedded in rows of chromosomes. After how many rows stretching across the middle passage, agonizing over dying and not dying. Challenge is an appetizer. Struggle is the entree on the menu of dreams we still dream. Next piece. Meditation threads. Sitting straight back in the wooden desk chair, silent like meditation, steady breathing, eyes closed, glaring at the back of my eyelids, waiting for the tick-tock calendared pages turn. Legs shifting, feet shaking as temperatures rise and feelings start to boil. slicing like daggers thrown from across the room, aimed at your eyes. Can't see them coming. Having thinking crazies, afraid of being seen, hoping to be obscured. Can't wrap your arms around that. I know crazy, and this ain't it. I've wrapped my arms around crazy. All I was hugging was me. Push into vulnerability, feeling safe enough to fall into chaos. Walking a fine line between now and never again. I stand up against the wailing winds of trauma, gusting cycles of fear, pain, horror, sexual exploitation, physical battering, emotional abuse, psychological triggers set like minefields. Torched forests, burned beyond recognition, the body releases its carbon. Every rock overturned, every wall crumbled. Trauma echoes resound in the silent body that mind wears like an ill-fitting pajamas. Makes us wear PTSD like calloused skin. Broken bone scars, scarred over. Angers break my voice into 15 shards of glass, wood, and metal bearings. Imploding inside a vest wearing a mask, a quarter smile turns into a dark, dangerous, terror-filled stare. Target shredded. Survivors call for extra band-aids to tape the tail on the donkey. Me feeling like an ass that I grew manhood out of wild seeds thrown on fallow macho, tattooed with a mustache, expecting tree rings without nurturing the ground like I wanted something to grow. Next piece. A perspective shift. From meta-distance to intimate spaces between pores. Love, a film covering our eyes, a glow surrounding a planet full of seeds germinating, generating itself from atmosphere. Fracturing tectonic plates, the intimate proximity, a view of burst hearts, broken bones, mental parts, melting into slippery logic. Speaking to you from outside the cocoa, no longer contained by the glowing vessel of my heart. A cloud of feelings churn, a mind spins, a thought stretches beyond physical boundaries, expanding in on itself, never waiting for molten to cool. Feelings, a nuclear energy unbounded, multiple waves of fusion, love's synergy, the source of light calling motes from across my universe. Dark matter illuminating their journey to the haven of hope that is the heart. Next piece. Tumbling walls. I want my poems to be timeless. Reality reminds me I am barely a glimpse of the expression of words, especially now, since only reaches to the horizons. Pages flame with passion that consumes a forest. Fingertips crumble like cigar ash. Typing words that would blister my lips and singe my mustache if I speak them into ether. Must read them, must hear them read. The form of the stanza follows the curves of my heart, traces the angles of my bones, swinging on hangers in the closet. On the page, you see the elegance in my caesura. Eyes shift through blank space at the intended meter. The gravity drop after the line break. While my silent pause makes you uncomfortable, I'm waiting for the echo of your last thought to land on all the places that need to listen. While my profile assumes the mirage of calm, I am the only witness to the tremor, shaking my foundations, tumbling the walls and trapdoors that kept me safe from myself in the mansion housing my breath. No one imagines the roar of traditional pillars tumbling from attic to basement, the internal reclamation of space, repurpose the parts, redesign the original creation, longing for a place inside my skin I can call home. Last piece. Ancestral diatribe. Who said it was simple? Putting your hand on the doorknob, scrolling through the masks you wear so you can return home alive. My anecdote is the true story. History never told our story. Research never recorded the voices of our ancestral diatribe. Revolution is not a spin through your life cycle, a stationary bike going the speed of breathing last breaths. Evolution is change at the mitochondrial layer of consciousness. Unknowing is not enough excuse to sustain status quo. I believe dawn and dusk are instruction manuals we never read. We think we know how to live in the light of day and how to be light in the dark of night. Emotions are like unplanned adventures. Mind spends time planning, trying to plot a destination, becoming a map for crossing internal oceans, and getting lost anyway. Love is a journey we take to find our authentic selves, a reflection, an echo of the love that resounds at the core of humanity. Where I dare to be powerful, I step into vulnerable. I wipe the sweat from my palms, step into the space that needs my being, not my doing.